We're in conversation with Vikram Pawah, President of BMW Group India. He's just taken over the reins of the company and at a very crucial time for BMW India as well. Vikram, thanks for talking to us. Clearly a very exciting year for you personally and for the group. You've literally jumped in a very important year. What's really first on your agenda taking over the reins?
So first of all, I think you used the exact word what I had in my mind is about exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited to be heading this group now in India. A group that comprises of three brands, BMW, Mini and Motorrad. And I think India as a market is the fastest growing economy, right? So steering the business in India and taking it forward is always an exciting thing. Yes, year of 5, it is one of our biggest product offensive that we are starting off with. It's starting with a strategy that we are putting in place now from 2017 onwards for the next couple of years, which is going to be themed as Power to Lead. And Power to Lead is not just basically a word that we are using. It is actually a mindset that we're going to come up with. And that mindset involves leading in every way, right? Being the best in everything, being a benchmark in the industry. So be it profitability, be it dealer network, be it customer engagement, be it volumes, or be it our products and technology. We want to be the best in the industry and create a benchmark for everyone else to follow.
To be honest, you said you want to lead, but quite frankly, success is measured in terms of volumes and sales. And over there, you've really lost out. You all had a leadership position earlier. You all were, the number one luxury or premium brand. But right now, Mercedes seems to have just got the run on everyone. So are you saying you are looking at being number one in terms of sales as well? Because that's really what success to the outside world is measured with.
And let me define this lead, because yes, this word can be misconstrued at many times. So when I say lead, when I look at India, and if I define lead in India, if India was a mature market, right, then I would be talking about, yes, I want to be gaining market share. But all of us know India is sitting at a framework where the premium car market is less than 2% of the entire industry. If I look at any comparable country or a developed country, it ranges between 5% to 10%. So there's plenty of headroom for us to create the market for premium cars first. And I think when we are talking about leading, a leader really what it does is it creates the market.
BMW has had a couple of hiccups along the way, I think, before you came, but obviously I think you're up to speed on it. First, you had the whole customs and tax issues on what was CKD and not CKD, what was considered SKD, CKD, that issue. You also had an issue with a lot of cars damaged in the floods in Chennai. So has this really kind of been a bit of a setback from, let's say, a position of sales leadership earlier?
I think, when you're doing business in India and as Indians, we understand we have to predict the unpredictable as well sometimes. And sometimes you can't predict it and you have to manage it as we go along. Even things like demonetization is not something that somebody would have expected, but it happened.
How did that affect you all? Did it have a big impact on business?
I won't say it had a big impact, because our strategy was already in place to go for sustained growth and leadership at that time. So I think it was pretty in line with what we were intending to do at that point. And it is a phase of a company that we go through. I see all that is past now. What we're looking at now is, the way the Indian economy is going, what's up front. There's plenty for us to really look forward to.
So let's talk about the future. So just run us through some of the product plans, because I'm sure that's really going to be defining your leadership in this market.
That's correct. So I'm going to talk about the major products, not about the life cycle impulses that we do or the profile enrichments that we do from time to time, because I know a lot of people talk about number of products. I'm going to talk about segments here, right? So yeah, 5 Series is going to be a segment defining product, it has been in making for a while. And we have been taking feedback from our customers, especially the 5 Series customers. If you look at it, they are our biggest contributor in our sales in India, or our success in India. Just to throw some numbers around, we've sold around 66,000 units till now. Almost 30% of that is actually 5 Series. The next one that comes is the 6 GT. All right, it's not yet launched internationally. It will be launched, and we'll be bringing it to India next year as well. It'll be locally produced in Chennai, and that'll again create a new segment between the 5 Series and the 7 Series. So again, now you look at it, 5 Series, the biggest seller with a complete new value proposition, is aimed at expanding the market, getting more people on board, especially the executive sedan segment, what people are looking for. The 6 GT, again, something in between 5 and 7 for people to again look at as an option. So with all our 16 products that we have now, plus the 6GT that we'll add next year, we have a wide array of products for our customers.
And in terms of trends, especially for BMW, do you still feel that sedans is your mainstay, or do you find that there's a lot of growth in SUVs?
So the SAVs, as we call it in our world in BMW, I think this trend is probably going to mirror what is happening in the rest of the auto industry. Because finally we have to realize that the customers that we get into the premium car industry are migrating customers, upgrading customers from the normal cars, right? So whatever happens in the normal car industry will get reflected in the premium car over a period of time. And that's what exactly we are saying. The SAVs are becoming more and more popular, and that's why X1, which was launched last year, is doing fantastically well.
Right. The other issue really is with, in your segment, is total cost of ownership does become an issue, especially in India. I mean, that's really something which I think needs to be addressed, because maintenance costs are high, spare parts costs are high. What can we expect from BMW which kind of gives a little bit more peace of mind to owners?
So our aim as a brand has always been to deliver more value to our customers, right? And we are a very customer-focused organization that way. So we have plenty of products, that offer that peace of mind to our customers. So, for example, our BMW Financial Services, our company that does the financing and leasing options for our customers. We have a product called 360 Degrees, which basically allows you to get on board our cars with a basic monthly fees, which includes everything. It includes your maintenance, it includes your warranty coverages, it includes your insurance, it includes even a buyback price assured, which is either for 2-year period or 3-year period, whatever your preference is. And then you can switch over to the next car. So obviously our intention is to address that. Having said that, I think sometimes maybe there's a little bit of perception about it being expensive as well. We have to always look at the maintenance cost will always be a ratio of the product cost. So as long as we are maintaining the ratio of the maintenance cost being similar to the rest of the car industry, I think it would be unfair if we call ourselves as being high maintenance. But still, point taken, we do hear our customers all the time, and we make sure that we offer them packages that allow them to have that entire peace of mind.
Right, and again on the maintenance issue, we're getting into the monsoons right now. Hydrostatic lock engines having a problem in monsoons, that's been a bit of an issue. I mean, what are you doing to kind of, let's say, safeguard against that? Obviously, I think there's a special insurance for that as well.
That's correct. We have what we call as BMW Secure Advantage that we offer as well, where people, because obviously, there's a lot of things in our road conditions which are unknown, right? We all know, we've all driven in monsoons, especially in Mumbai. I think that's a great thing. We don't know what the depth of the water is. It's only later we get to know what the impact on the cars are. So yeah, that peace of mind we are offering to all our customers. Those options are available, and the take rate is very fantastic as well from our customers, because
for engine protection.
Exactly, it has the engine protection. They all have that peace of mind. If anything happens, the car is still covered.
Okay, just switching to general trends, looking at the future. I mean, there's now the big buzz right now is the electrification drive by the government, where there's been a sweeping statement saying that we should have electric cars, all electric cars by 2030. What's BMW's take on this, and would this encourage you to bring your all-electric i3?
So let me first talk about India, and the solution we're looking at in India as the government or as a society. So I think electrification of the fleet by 2030, it's a fantastic idea if we are faced with two things. One is the environmental issue, and other one is that we'll have surplus power. That's a fantastic combination and a solution. We support that totally. To achieve that, we feel infrastructure is one of the keys. Charging infrastructure is very much required for us to be able to bring in the products and put them into the market, which I'm sure the government will work on and the industry will work on. But the bigger problem for everyone is going to be the customer mindset, getting the customer on board to an electric product. So when I look at our product portfolio worldwide, we have two lines of electric. One is what we call as the plug-in electric vehicles.
Right.
Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and then we have a completely plug-in battery electric vehicles.
Yeah, the BEVs, yeah.
So what a plug-in hybrid does, based on our experience in various other countries which are going towards electrification, is that it allows for that customer transition much easier.
So what you're saying is a plug-in hybrid is a good transition point?
It's a transition, because it allows you to slowly set up the infrastructure. We all know that it's not going to happen tomorrow that every 3 kilometers there is going to be a charging station. That's not possible tomorrow, right? It'll take time. At least people will get onto electric mindset. They'll start charging their cars, right? And then when the infrastructure is set up, the transition can happen into electric. So that way I was a little bit disappointed when the GST rates came out actually, because I would have expected the plug-in hybrids to be clubbed along with the electric vehicles.
Right.
Because they are basically aiming at the same measure.
And they would kind of stimulate or lay the groundwork for the infrastructure for full BEVs.
Exactly. And then we are happy to bring that in as well.
So just coming again back to the whole issue of government policy, which really has been quite ad hoc in many ways. Diesel ban, micro hybrids there, hybrids not there. So I mean, is this a cause of a worry back in Munich in headquarters, that there's really no consistency or kind of a long-term strategy from the authorities and the regulators over here towards laying the groundwork for sustained investment?
Consistency is always the desirable thing. There's no doubt about it. In business, if you have consistent policies in the environment, you can plan much ahead. Having said that, we obviously do understand India is a growing economy, and growing means growing pains as well. So we see these as more like growing pains that are happening at the moment. But I think the intention, if we look behind the scenes, is pretty much right. The intention is, for example, let's look at it. The intention is to unify with the world regulations, be it safety, be it environment, which is fantastic.
But the problem is it's not based on logic, and that leads me to my last question actually. From what I understand is, because of these kind of ad hoc decisions, which really some of them don't make sense, my understanding is BMW feels they needed an Indian at the helm of BMW for the first time. What's kind of, let's say, made BMW think along these directions of having, let's say, local talent at the head of the company?
I think, Thomas, I've been asked this question plenty number of times already, right? And I think we're reading a bit too much into it. I think whenever we're hiring a talent anywhere, I mean, any company, or even if I'm hiring somebody, what do I look at is the skill set, what is required, really. Skill set has got nothing to do with ethnicity, gender, or race for that matter. I think it's all got to do with the experience that a person has and what is right now required in the country or in a particular market to achieve that. So BMW has been always been very clear about its value system, in terms of that we strive to be the best in everything that we do. And I think when we are trying to do what we need to do in India in terms of untapping the potential, so what they're looking at is, okay, what is the skill set do we need? What kind of dealers do we need? What kind of investment do we need to make in India? What kind of products do we need to do? It's a combination of all factors that will make us successful. And I think we're doing all that. We're putting new investment into India. In this year, we'll increase our investment to 13.5 billion rupees, right? We're going to expand our dealer network, not heavily, in a sustainable manner, because I think we are very mindful that our dealers need to remain profitable to deliver the value service that we talk about with our customers, and then becoming a stronger team with the mindset of power to lead. So we are here to win, we are here to untap the potential, and we're going to make it happen.
Well, on that positive note, obviously a lot to look forward to. Thanks very much for talking to us. So that's Vikram Pawah, the first Indian head of BMW India. And he's got a lot on his plate, a lot of excitement forward, and we are looking forward to looking at BMW's next chapter in India.
Thank you.